Good morning. This is the fourth lecture to be recorded for my students who are taking vocabulary development. As for the lecture of today, it's going to be about nouns and the words they combine with. Let me share the screen with you so that we can go straight to our lecture. Okay, so this is the book, and our lecture can be found on page 29. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we go. Nouns and the words they combine with. Noun often combine with specific verbs, for example, carry out research, pay attention, or with specific adjectives, for example, medical research and divided attention. Okay, let's look at these two lines. Basically, they will tell us what? They'll tell us that that nouns can be combined with verbs, okay? Nouns can be combined with verbs, and two examples were given to us, like carry out research. Carry out is a verb, and research is a noun. So it's a kind of what? Combination of a verb and a noun. Another example, which is pay attention. Pay is a verb, attention is a noun. So as we can see here, it's a kind of combination of a verb and noun. However, there is another combination, which is an adjective with a noun, okay? Or with specific adjectives, for example, medical research and divided attention. Two examples were given to us to show us that there is another combination, which is a noun and adjective, like medical research. Medical is an adjective, research is a noun. So it's, as we can see here, it's a kind of combination of an adjective and a noun. And the second example, undivided attention. Undivided is an adjective, attention is a noun. So as we can see here, a noun can be combined with a verb, and a noun can be combined with an adjective. Okay, let's look at section 1 or part 1. Adjective plus noun. Adjective plus noun. Okay, let's look at that. Adjective plus noun. Okay. Let's look at the table. A table was given to us here. And this table, as you can see here, it has 3 columns: noun and adjectives that often combine with it, and then the example. Okay. So as you can see here, we've got a list of nouns like contact, debate, element, elements. So element can be seen as a factor, and elements can be seen as parts. We will see that, okay? And energy, phenomenon, result, role, sample, in terms, and with. All of these are nouns. All of these are nouns, and these nouns can be combined with adjective, as we can see here, okay? Also, as we said, these are nouns, and these are adjectives that often combine with it. And then the example. So let's look at the first one, which is contact as a noun. What are the adjectives that can be combined with such a noun? Useful, valuable, personal, constant, close, frequent, intermittent. Okay, again, a useful, we can say useful contact, we can say valuable contact, we can say personal contact, constant contact, close contact, frequent contact, and intermittent contact. As you can see here, when it comes to the word intermittent, to see the meaning of it, we need to track this number 1, that which written above this word or this adjective. Let's go down to see the meaning of it from time to time. You can see that it means from time to time. From time to time, okay? So intermittent meaning of this word from time to time. All right, let's go back to the examples, okay? Now let's look at the example. I met some useful contacts at the conference. As you can see here, the word contact, which is a noun, and used with useful, which is an adjective. So it's a kind of noun plus adjective, or adjective plus noun combination. Okay. I met some useful contact at the conference. We can say I met some valuable contacts at the conference. We can say as well, I met some personal contacts at the conference. I met some close contacts with at the conference. I met some frequent contacts at the conference. I met some intermittent contacts at the conference. So as we can see here, this noun takes many adjectives, okay? This noun can take many adjectives, and the example was given to us to make this clear. Okay, let's move to the second noun, which is debate. Debate, okay? Let's look at the adjective that they can be used with this noun. We'll see what considerable, heated, intense, public, animated, okay? Animated. Okay, so we can see considerable debate, or we can see considerable debate, heated debate, intense debate, public debate, animated debate. Okay, when it comes to heated, let's look at number 2 here. So we need to go and track this number to see the meaning of that, okay? Strong, often angry, strong, often angry. So this is the meaning of heated, heated, strong or often angry, okay? Heated. We have a third word, which is animated. Number 3, animated. Animated, okay? As for this word, the meaning of this word is what? Now, let's look at number 3. 3, lively. Lively, okay? Lively, okay? This is the meaning of what? This is the meaning of animated. All right, so as we said, it can be considerable debate, heated debate, intense debate, public debate, animated debate. As for the examples, after the lecture, there was a heated debate. Okay, after the lecture, there was what? There was a heated debate. We can say after the lecture, there was a considerable debate. After the lecture, there was a considerable debate. We can say after the lecture, there was an intense debate. Again, after the lecture, there was an intense debate. Another adjective, which is public, can be used instead of intense. So it becomes, after the lecture, there was a public debate. After the lecture, there was a public debate. Animated can be used as well. So after the lecture, there was an animated debate. All right, so as we can see here, the word debate or the noun debate can be combined with all of these adjectives, considerable, heated, intense, public, animated. All right, as for the third noun that we have, which is element. Element can be used, or the meaning of it can be seen as factor, okay? When it is singular, element without S. Because elements would give us the meaning of parts, okay? Element can be seen as a factor, but elements can be seen as parts, okay? I hope this is clear. Let's deal with the first one, then we will go to see the second one, okay? Element without S as a factor, it's a noun, and the adjectives that can be combined with this noun, crucial, decisive, fundamental. Crucial, decisive, and fundamental. Okay, so we can say crucial element, we can say decisive element, and we can say fundamental element. Okay, let's look at the examples. Timing is a crucial element of the experiment. Again, timing is a crucial element of the experiment. We can say timing is what? Timing is a decisive element of the experiment. We can say as well, timing is a fundamental element of the experiment. Okay, so as you can see, we've got 3 adjectives: crucial, decisive, and fundamental that can be combined with the word or with the noun element. As for elements, parts, the adjectives that can be combined with this noun: conflicting, contrasting, and constituent. Okay, conflicting, it can be conflicting elements, contrasting elements and constituent elements. As for constituents, let's look at number 4 that's been written above. Constituent, we need to track that to understand the meaning of constituent. That combine to make something. That combine to make something. Constituent. Okay. The examples, there are conflicting elements in the artist's work. There are conflicting elements in the artist's work. We can say, we can replace conflicting, which is the adjective, the first adjective, and put instead contrasting. Okay, so there are contrasting elements in the artist's work, and we can replace contrasting with the constituent, which is another adjective, to become the sentence in this way. There are constituent elements in the artist's work. Okay, let's move now to the next word, which is energy. Energy. Okay, and let's check the adjectives that can be combined with energy. The adjectives that can be combined with adjective. Excess, sufficient, nuclear. Again, excess, sufficient, and nuclear. We can say excess energy, we can say sufficient energy, we can say nuclear energy. Examples, wind turbines create sufficient energy for the town's needs. Again, wind turbines create sufficient energy for the town's needs. Okay, we are going to do the same as we did with the previous example. So we can replace the adjective with another, so that we can see how this word is flexible when it comes. This noun is flexible in terms of accepting different adjectives. Okay, so we can say the wind turbines create excess energy for the town's needs. Again, wind turbines create excess energy for the town's needs, or we can say wind turbines create nuclear energy for the town's needs. Okay, phenomenon. The noun phenomenon. Let's look at the adjectives that can be combined with phenomenon. Common, isolated, natural, recent, universal. So we can say common, phenomenon. We can say isolated phenomenon, we can say natural phenomenon, recent phenomenon, and universal phenomenon. Okay. Such antisocial behavior is a recent phenomenon. Okay. Such an antisocial behavior is a recent phenomenon. I want you to pay attention that all this discussion is about what? Is about adjective plus noun. So we're talking about noun adjective or adjective noun combination. Okay, I want you to focus on this. All right. So here, such antisocial behavior is a recent phenomenon. Recent is an adjective, phenomenon is a noun. So it's a kind of combination of adjective with noun. Okay, so we can replace recent to other adjectives that were given to us here, so that we can see how flexible this word, this noun, when it comes in accepting different adjectives. Okay, we can say such antisocial behavior is a common phenomenon. Such an antisocial behavior is an isolated phenomenon. Such an antisocial behavior is a natural phenomenon. Such an antisocial behavior is a universal phenomenon. Okay. All right, let's move on to see another word, or the next noun, which is results. Results. Okay, it's a noun, and these are the adjectives that can be combined with this noun. We can say conflicting results, inconclusive results, or conclusive results, unforeseen results, preliminary results, encouraging results, interim results. Okay, conflicting results, inconclusive results, or conclusive results, unforeseen results, preliminary results, encouraging results, and interim results. Okay, number 5 here, written above unforeseen. Let's track this to see the meaning of unforeseen. Number 5, as you can see here, is number 5 here, right? Okay, and here is number 5. So let's track that. Unforeseen meaning not expected. Unforeseen, it means what? It means not expected. Okay, preliminary, number 6. Look at number 6 here. Preliminary. What's the meaning of preliminary? First, preliminary results. First results. Okay. Encouraging interim results. The meaning of interim, which is number 7, is temporary. All right. Okay. Let's look at the examples. Our preliminary results were encouraging. So we can say our conflicting results were encouraging. Our inconclusive results were encouraging, or our conclusive results were encouraging. Our unforeseen results were encouraging. Our preliminary results were encouraging. Our interim results were encouraging. As you can see, so a number of adjectives can be associated with the noun results, okay? So they would perform a kind of combination between a noun and an adjective. Okay, the next word is role. Role, it can be decisive, challenging, conflicting, influential, key, pivotal, okay? We can say decisive role. We can say challenging role, conflicting role, influential role, key or pivotal role. Pivotal. All right. Let's look at pivotal. It's an adjective, but we are not sure of the meaning of it. Let's look at number 8. Oh, the meaning is what? Important. Pivotal role. It means what? Important role. Okay. Important. All right. Let's look at the examples. Student activists played a pivotal role in the riot. Student activists played a pivotal role in the riot. So it means what? It means that those activists, student activists, played an important role in the riot. Okay, so student activists played a decisive role in the riot. Student activists played a challenging role in the riot. Student activists played a conflicting role in the riot. Student activists played an influential role in the riot. Student activists played a key role in the riot, and student activists played a pivotal role in the riot. Okay. The next word, sample. Sample. Okay. The two adjectives can be combined with this noun: random sample and representative sample. Random sample and representative sample. Okay, a representative sample of the population was surveyed. A representative sample of the population was surveyed. We can say as well a random sample of the population was surveyed. Okay, let's move on to in terms. In terms. Okay. For this noun, these adjectives can be combined with it. Absolute, broad, relative, general, practical, economic. So we can say in absolute terms, in broad terms, in relative terms, in general terms, in practical terms, in economic terms. Okay. People are better off in economic terms. People are better off in economic terms. We can say people are better off in absolute terms. Sorry about that. People are, just a minute, let me, okay. So people are better off in economic terms. We can say as well, people are better off in absolute terms. People are better off in relative terms. People are better off in general terms. People are better off in practical terms. Okay. The last noun that we have in this table is way. Way. Okay, and a number of adjectives were given to us so that a combination of noun and adjective can be formed. Alternative way, we can say alternative way, we can say efficient way, we can say fair way, practical way, convenient way, proper way, acceptable way. Okay, let's look at the examples. It's important to treat your research subject in a fair way. It's important to treat your research subject in a fair way. Okay, we can say as well, it's important to treat your research subject in an alternative way. We can say it's important to treat your research subject in an efficient way. It's important to treat your research subject in a fair way. It's important to treat your research subject in a practical way. It's important to treat your research subject in a convenient way. It's important to treat your research subject in a proper way, and it's important to treat your research subject in an acceptable way. So you can see how many adjectives that can be combined with the noun way. Okay, this is all what can be said about a noun adjective combination. A B, noun verb combination. Noun verb combination. Noun plus verb. Okay, let's look at that. Noun plus verb, or noun verb combination. Most of the nouns in the table above are also strongly associated with specific verbs. Okay, let's stop at this to see that. Most of the nouns in the table above are also strongly associated with specific verbs. So here we are talking about these nouns. They are telling us that most of these nouns above, most of these nouns can be associated with verbs as well. So the table here talks about what? Noun, adjective combination. However, they are telling us that these nouns can be used with adjectives as well. So it becomes a noun verb combination. The nouns like contact, debate, elements, energy, phenomenon, results, goal, sample, in terms, way. So most of these nouns can be associated. Most of the nouns in the table above are also strongly associated with specific verbs. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see that. You can come into contact with someone. You can come into contact with someone or something. Or you can establish, maintain, break off, or lose contact. Okay, the word contact here is a noun. And this is the first word to be listed in the table here, contact, okay? It's a noun. And the table here, as you can see, it's about noun adjective combination. However, it can be seen as a noun verb combination as well. So you can come into contact. Okay, let's look at this. Come into is a verb, or to be specific, for the verb. Okay, but here it can be treated as a verb. Okay, so we can say that you can combine it. You can come into contact. Come into as a verb. Okay, contact is a noun. So it's a kind of what? It's a kind of what? Noun verb combination. Noun verb combination. You can come into as a verb, contact as a noun. Come into contact. So you can come into contact with someone. All right. Or you can come into contact with something. Or you can establish, look at establish, contact. You can establish contact. You can maintain contact. You can break off contact. You can lose contact. So all of these are adjectives. All right. Sorry, all of these are verbs. Establish is a verb. Maintain is a verb. Break off is a verb. Lose is a verb. And all of these verbs can be combined with what? With contact, which is a noun. So it is what? It is a noun verb combination. Yes or no? That's very interesting. Okay, let's move on to see more of that. Academics may engage in debate or contribute. Again, academics may engage in debate or contribute to a debate. you talk about the debate surrounding an issue. Okay, so let me just refresh your memory by going back to the list of nouns to see that debate is the second noun when we had to discuss adjective plus noun combination. So a debate is another noun when it comes to adjective noun combination, and we can see that it can be with nouns. So noun verb combination. Noun debate is a noun, and it can be associated with verbs. Okay, academics may engage in debate. Engage in can be seen as a verb. Debate is a noun. So again, we are talking about noun verb combination. Noun verb combination. Engage in debate. Engage in debate. Okay. Contribute to a debate. Contribute to is a verb or a phrasal verb. Debate is a noun. So it's a kind of what? Verb noun combination. You talk about a debate surrounding an issue. You talk about a debate surrounding an issue. All right. You can combine, differentiate, or discern, recognize the elements of a chemical compound. Okay. You can combine, differentiate, or discern. The meaning of discern is what to recognize the elements. So this is what we are looking for. Elements or the elements. The elements is a noun. If you remember that we talked about two kinds of elements. Element without S that would give us the meaning of factor, and element with S that will give us the meaning of parts. Okay, so we're here. We're talking about the second one, elements, parts. Okay. So elements as parts. Okay. You can combine the elements of a chemical compound. So you can combine the elements. You can combine the elements of a chemical compound. So here you can combine. Combine is a verb, right? The elements is a noun. It's a kind of what noun verb combination. You can combine the elements of a chemical compound. We can say you can differentiate the elements. You can differentiate the elements of a chemical compound. So again, differentiate is a verb, elements is a noun, so it's a kind of noun verb combination. You can discern the elements of a chemical compound. Discern is a verb. The elements are noun, so it's a noun verb combination. The meaning of this discern is what recognize. You can recognize the elements. We can say you can discern the elements of a chemical compound, or we can say you can recognize the elements of a chemical compound. Okay. All right. Let's move on to another noun, which is energy here. Energy. Okay, by going back to the list of nouns, we'll see that energy was listed here. Okay, was listed here. So it's an energy. Okay, as you can see here, energy nouns is one of these nouns. Energy. Okay, like contact, debate, element. So energy is one of these nouns. Okay, but when we had to deal with this energy, we were talking about adjective plus noun. But here down, we're talking about verb plus noun. Okay, verb plus noun. All right, let's see energy. You consume energy. It's as simple as that. So it's a very simple, easy sentence. You consume energy. Consume is a verb. Energy is a noun. So it's what noun verb combination. You consume energy. Meaning of consume, use. You use energy. You consume energy. You use energy. Okay. We have another, and consume is a verb, okay? We said you consume energy, you use energy, you conserve energy. We can say conserve energy. So conserve is another verb. Conserve is another verb. Conserve energy, you conserve energy, you generate energy. Generate is another verb. You create energy, which is the meaning of generate, create energy. you save energy, or you waste energy. All of these are verbs that can be associated or combined with the noun energy. Okay, you consume energy, you use energy, you conserve energy, you generate energy, you create energy, you save energy, you waste energy. Okay, phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena, we come across this word above. We come across this word above, phenomenon. Okay, let's look at phenomenon. Phenomenon is singular. Phenomenon, okay, is singular, whereas phenomena is plural. Phenomena. So phenomena is plural here. Okay, phenomena emerge. Phenomena emerge or occur. Students will try to observe, investigate, and then explain those phenomena. All right. So we're talking about this phenomena as a noun here. Phenomena emerge. Phenomena is a noun. Okay, emerge is a verb. So it's a kind of what it says what noun verb combination. Phenomena emerge. We can say phenomena occur. Occur is a verb. Phenomena is a noun. Phenomena emerge or phenomena occur. Okay, so it's a kind of noun verb combination. Students will try to observe, investigate, and then explain those phenomena. Students will try to observe those phenomena. Observe is another verb that can be associated with phenomena. Students will try to observe the phenomena. Sorry. Students will try to investigate those phenomena. So investigate is a verb, phenomena is a noun, so it's a kind of what noun verb combination. Students will try to explain those phenomena. Explain is another verb, phenomena is a noun. So as you can see here, all of these are verbs that can be associated or combined with the noun phenomenon. All right, academics collect, collate, organize, and publish the results. Sometimes results are questioned or invalidated, shown to be wrong. Occasionally, they are even falsified. Okay, let's see all of this. Academics collect, collate meaning organize, and publish the results. Okay, this is what we are looking for, results as a noun, because you come across this noun above. Okay, results as a noun. But this one, it was a combination of a noun with adjective, conflicting results, inconclusive results. And so here we can see it with verbs. It's a kind of combination of noun and verb. So results as nouns, as a noun, what kind of verbs that can be associated with or combined with. Okay, academics collect results. Academic collect results. Collect is a verb, results is a noun. So here we go. We have noun verb combination. Okay, academics collect results. We can say academics collate results. As it's a verb that would give us the meaning of organize. Academic organize results. Okay, it can be okay, another combination. Academics publish results. Publish results. Okay, or the results. So you can say academics collect the results. Academic collate the results. Academics organize the results. Academic publish the results. All of these are what noun verb combination. Okay, sometimes results are questioned or invalidated, shown to be wrong. Officially, they are even falsified. Okay, role or roles. Role is a noun. Role is a noun. Okay. Roles may be defined or strengthened. People or characters can play a role or take on a role. Okay. Roles may be defined or strengthened. Okay. roles may be defined or strengthened. People or factors can play a role. Play a role. Okay, a role is a noun, as we said. Play is a verb, so it's kind of what? It's a kind of noun verb combination. Play a role, or take a role. Take on a role. Take on is a verb. Role is a noun, so another noun verb combination. Okay. You can take or provide or analyze samples. Okay, this is another word. This is another noun. Okay, this is another. We are done with role, and now you can take or provide or analyze a sample. Sample is a noun here. Sample is a noun. Okay, you can take a sample. Take a sample. Take is a verb. Sample is a noun, so it's noun verb combination. You can take a sample. You can provide a sample. You can analyze a sample. Provide as a verb. Analyze as a verb. So all of these are verbs that can be combined with the noun sample. Okay. You can discover, devise meaning think up, work out, or develop a way to do something. Okay, so you can discover, devise, think up, work out, or develop a way to do something. A way. Oh, way is a noun. If you have forgotten what we said in section A, I can go back and refresh your memory so that you can remember. So we were talking about adjective noun combination, and we said that way is one of these nouns. Okay, way is a noun. Okay. Okay, now we need to look at way from what? From noun verb perspective. From noun verb combination or perspective. Okay, so you can discover a way. You can discover a way to do something. You can discover a way to do something. Discover a way. Discover is a verb. A way is a noun. Okay. You can discover a way to do something. You can devise a way to do something. You can think up a way to do something. You can work out a way to do something. You can develop a way to do something. All right. Okay. I hope that was clear. Whenever you notice a noun that seems to be key as far as your own studies are concerned, write it down with the adjectives and verbs it is typically associated with. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next page, exercises. Let's move to the next page, exercises. Answer these questions about the adjective plus noun combinations in the table in A. Okay, so we need to answer these questions. How many questions are there? There are 8 questions, okay? 8 questions. Answer these questions about the adjective plus noun combination in the table in A. Okay. So remember that this question merely for adjective plus noun combination, chapter A or section A, okay? Put these types of contact in order of frequency. Put these types of contact in order of frequency. Frequent, constant, intermittent. So what do you think about these 3 adjectives when it comes to the order of frequency? When it comes to the order of frequency, which is number 1, which is number 2, and which is number 3? Constant can be seen as number 1. Constant can be seen as number 1, and frequent to intermittent number 3. Constant, frequent, intermittent. Constantly, it happens. For example, it happens constantly. Okay. It happens frequently. It happens intermittently. Okay, so it's a constant, frequent, intermittent. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Number 2, which of these is a representative sample and which is a random sample? Okay, so let's understand this. Which of these is a representative sample and which is a random sample? So we talked about a random sample and a representative sample. Let's go to A, representative sample and sample. We talked about sample and we said that it could be representative and it could be random. Random representative. And example, a representative sample of the population was severe. We can say a random sample of the population was severe. So the question is, which of these is a representative sample and which is a random sample? Let's look at a sample chosen by chance and a sample chosen as typical of the population as a whole. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Which is a random sample? Which is a random sample, yeah. Which is a random sample, which is a representative sample. A random sample is the sample chosen by chance. It's randomly. It was chosen randomly. It was chosen randomly. So a sample chosen by chance, it's random. As for a sample chosen as a typical of the population as a whole, this is a representative sample because we're talking about those specific population. So it's a kind of representative of this population. Okay, so a representative sample is the one that is typically chosen as a typical of the population as a whole. As for the random sample, is the one that was chosen by chance. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3, which adjective describes the opposite of a common phenomenon? Which adjective would describe the opposite of a common phenomenon? So we had to talk about phenomenon, and we said many adjectives can be associated with this noun phenomenon. We said common phenomenon, isolated phenomenon, natural phenomenon, recent phenomenon, and universal phenomenon. Okay, and the question will tell us what's the opposite of common phenomenon? Common phenomenon. The opposite of common is what? Isolated, right? An isolated phenomenon. An isolated phenomenon is the opposite of common phenomenon. Okay. All right. Let's move on. We said that number 2, which adjective describes the opposite of common phenomenon, an isolated phenomenon. We said that. Number 4, would you be pleased if you did some research and got inconclusive results? All right, it's a question. Each one of us should ask himself or herself and to see if he is or she is going to be pleased if you did some research and got inconclusive results. As for me, I wouldn't be as happy as these results would be conclusive. As for inconclusive results, I wouldn't be that much happy or pleased with that. I don't know what you think. So each one of you should think about himself or herself the way that he what pleases him or her. So again, the question, and I'll leave the answer to you to answer it. Would you be pleased if you did some research and got inconclusive results? Would you be pleased? Would you be happy with the inconclusive results? All right. Number 5. What adjective other than key? What adjective other than key can be used with role to give a similar meaning? Okay, so we're talking about what? Key role. Key role. So instead of key, instead of this adjective, key, what other adjectives can be used that would give us the same meaning of key? Okay, what other adjectives can be used with role and they would give us the same meaning as key? Okay, what do you think about? We need to go to the role, to the noun role, and to see the adjectives that can be associated with them, to see the ones that would give us the same meaning as key. Okay, here is well. Okay, here is well. Decisive role can be seen as a key role. It would give us the same meaning. Decisive role, key role. By the way, key role, it means an important role. Okay, key roles could be an important role and pivotal role as well. Pivotal. Okay, number 8, pivotal. Pivotal gives us the meaning of important as well as key, which is important, as well as decisive. All of these would give us the meaning of important. Okay, important role, key role, pivotal role, decisive role. As for challenging, conflicting, influential, they wouldn't be. No, they wouldn't give us the same meaning as key. So the adjective that would give us the same meaning as key when it comes to adjective noun combination role. So it can be decisive role, pivotal role, important role. Okay, important role. Okay. 6, which suggests that there is some energy. Sorry, which suggests that there is more energy, excess or sufficient energy. Excess or sufficient energy. So which suggests, which of these adjectives, okay? So which of these 2 adjectives would suggest that there is more energy? Excess energy or sufficient energy. So you have to understand the meaning of these 2 adjectives so that you can see the difference between the 2, so that you can decide which one would give us the meaning or to suggest the meaning of more. Of course, excess would give us the meaning of more. Okay, excess energy, it means the excess here, they would give us the meaning of extra, okay, or more, something more. Unlike sufficient. Sufficient it means enough energy, sufficient energy or enough energy. Excess. Okay. I like the example. Okay, let's try to think of an example. Let's say that you wanted to buy a t-shirt. Okay, a t-shirt. You want to buy a t-shirt, and this t-shirt would cost you $10. Okay, you have only $9. This is not sufficient. The amount of money that you have is not sufficient for you to buy a t-shirt. Okay, let's say that you've got $15, or someone had to give you another $5, or to give you let's say $5. So you've got $9, and someone had to give you $5, and now you've got $14, and all what you need is $10 to buy this t-shirt. So you have excess, right? You have excess, more than the amount that's needed to buy this t-shirt. So because as we said, you need only $10 for this t-shirt, and now you've got 14. So that's more than what you need. So so this is a kind of excess. Okay, it's not like when it is $10, which is sufficient. Okay, the $10 is sufficient. Okay, excess is it means extra. So excess would suggest that there is more energy. The adjective excess would suggest that there is more energy. Okay. Number 7. Can you name 3 people who play an influential role in a child's development? Can you name 3 people who played an influential role in the child's development? Okay, we can answer this question, but pay attention to the form of the question, because here they are using noun adjective combination here, and this is the topic of today. Play an influential role. Play an influential role. Influential role is adjective plus noun combination. However, when it comes to the question, can you name 3 people who play an influential role in a child's development? Yeah, his mother. Number 1, his mother. would play an influential role in the child's development, as well as his father and his brothers and sisters. The father, the mother, and the brothers and sisters, okay, can play a vital role, an influential role, a key role, okay, in the child's development. Okay, number 8. If two of the four constituent elements of most language exams are reading and speaking, what are the other two? Again, if two of the four constituent elements of most language exams are reading and speaking, what are the other two? Okay, so we're talking about what? Constituent elements. Constituent elements. And when it comes to the exams, and language exams, there are four, right? There are four. Reading, speaking, and what are the other two? Reading, speaking, listening, and writing. Listening and writing. Reading, speaking, listening, and writing. These are the four skills or the four constituent elements of the most language exams. Okay, of the most language exams. Okay. I guess we are done with the first question, which is 10.1. Let's move to the question to the second question. I guess I'm stuck in the middle because I cannot carry on with this. You know, there's something wrong with my laptop, I think, or something, because I'm stuck in the middle. I cannot move the screen. I cannot get any control with the cursor, so that it can help. It would help me going down further to see what's more. Unfortunately, I guess I need to do only the number 5 and maybe 6, and that's it, because I'm stuck. Okay, let's see. Fill in the gaps in these sentences with a verb form B. Again, we need to fill in the gaps in these sentences with a verb form B. With a verb form B, it means what? It means we've got section A and section B. Section B was about what? It was about noun-verb combination. And we need to go back to section B so that we can fill in these gaps, okay? So fill in the gaps in these sentences with the verb form B. Change the form where necessary. Change the form where necessary. Okay, so I first into contact with Abdul when I started my doctoral research in 1987. So what do you think? Unfortunately, as I told you, I cannot go to section B so that it becomes easier for us to see what's in it, so that we can fill in the gaps. But what do you think? I guess it should be. I guess it should be come into contact, right? I guess, yeah, come into contact. I've got my sheet or my book here with me so that I can carry on with that. But unfortunately, as I told you, I cannot, it's a kind of stuck. I mean, I cannot have control with it. I don't know what's wrong with that. Okay. Okay, filling the gaps in these sentences with the verb form B. I first come into contact with Abdul when I started my doctoral research in 1987. That was number 1. Number 2, a country, so much energy that we don't enough to meet all our needs. I don't know what's wrong with that. Okay. Okay, here we go. I guess, yeah, let me, maybe the problem was solved, then hopefully it is. Let me see. Yes, okay. Okay, no, not this one. Where's the, yes, this is the page, yeah. Let's, let's see what, 29, yes. Yes, okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm sorry for this, but it happens all the time. You know, sometimes you can, it's a kind of stuck in the middle and you have no control. But okay, so we're talking about what? We're talking about filling the gaps, right? So I first come into contact with Abdul when I started my doctoral research in 1987. Okay, tell us that we need to go to B so that we can fill in the gaps. Contact, so the verb that can be associated with the noun contact. So we were talking about what? We were talking about noun verb combination. You can come into contact with, okay, here we go. You can come into contact with. So come into contact. So this is what we need. This is what we need. This is exactly what we need. So I first I first come into contact with Abdul when I started my doctoral research in 1987. But here it should be I came. Why? Because when I started, so it's we're talking about the past, right? When I started, so it's a past symbol. So I first came into contact with Abdul. That's why they will tell us change the form when necessary. The change of the word or the verb, the form of it, the form of this verb when it is necessary. So here it's a kind of necessity. So because the center is a past simple, so it wouldn't work to use I first come into contact. I first came into contact with Abdul when I started, not started my doctoral research in 1987. So I came into contact. Okay, that was number one. Number two, the country, so much energy that we don't enough to meet all our needs. So the country what? So we're talking about energy. Let's go back to B to see what's all about energy. Okay, energy. Yeah, academics may engage in a debate. We're talking about energy. Where this, however, this one, you consume or use, conserve, generate, create, or save or waste energy. Energy. Okay, so consume or use energy. Okay, so it becomes what? Let's go down. I guess it's going to be consume. The country, yeah, the country consumes. Again, consumes, not consume. Why? Because third person, it consumes, right? Not consume, it consumes. So we need to change the form of the verb. Okay, change the form when necessary. So the country consumes, it consumes so much energy that we don't enough to meet all our needs. Don't what? Don't. What do you think about this one? Okay, so what do you think about this one? Don't. Let's go back to see. I guess it should be generate or where's energy? Where's energy? Okay, energy. Yeah. Consume, conserve, generate. Generate energy. Generate. Yeah. So the meaning it should be. Okay, so the country consumes so much energy that we don't generate enough to meet all our needs. So the country consumes so much energy that we don't generate enough to meet all our needs. Okay, the space plays an important role in post-war politics. The space plays an important role. So we are talking about what? The role, an important role. So it could be the space, race, what the role here, role was maybe defined or strengthened, played a role or take on a role, played a role, okay, take a role, okay. So what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? The space race played an important role, and we can say the space played a key role in post-war politics. So you remember the adjectives that can be associated with the play, right? With play, yeah, as a the space was and as a noun verb combination. The space was played a key role. Okay. No, an important role in post-war politics. So played, yes. The space was played an important role in post-war energy. In her research project, Diana, in her research project, Diana, the phenomenon of extrasensory perception. In her research project, Diana, the phenomenon. So we're talking about what? We're talking about the verbs that can be used with the noun, right? So what are the verbs that can be used with the noun phenomenon? In her research, Diana, or her research project, Diana what? The phenomenon. Remember, phenomenon. We're talking about the phenomenon. Here is the phenomena emerge, occur. The students will try to observe, investigate, and then explain those phenomena. So keep in mind these adjectives: observe, investigate, explain, phenomenon. So in her research, what did she do, Diana? In her research project, Diana investigated the phenomena of extrasensory perception. So you can say investigated. In her research project, Diana investigate the phenomenon. Investigate the phenomena of extrasensory perception. And her research project, Diana investigates. S should be added because it's a business simple. She investigates. Okay, Diana, because we're talking about Diana. She investigates the phenomenon. In her research project, Diana investigates the phenomena of extrasensory perception. Okay, I want you to carry on and finish number 5 and 6. Okay, just so all what you need to do is to go back to P, and you can find the nouns, verb combination where the verb can be used so that you can complete these gaps. All right, let's move on to 10.3. Match the beginning of each sentence with the most appropriate ending. Match the beginning of each sentence with the most appropriate ending. All right, so we have nine sentences, and we need to match each with its appropriate ending. It took the team a long time to devise. So here, which one do you think is the right one that should be associated with or to be matched with this beginning? Okay, it took the team a long time to devise. Is it surrounding the issue of global warming, a blood sample for analysis, or it took the team a long time to devise the role of project leader to the debate on cloning, of contact with colleagues, of contact with colleagues abroad seems to be emerging. The key elements in a graph, a way to solve their problem, and the results of our experiment. The result of our experiment. It took the team a long time to devise a way to solve the problem, to devise a way. Maybe you would ask, how did you know that? We come across it. We come across this one, devise a way. Okay, devise a way, devise a way. Right? You can discover, devise, work out, develop a way. So here, what we care about is devise a way. Okay, devise a way. So this is how it works. This is how it works. Okay, it took the team a long time to devise a way to solve the problem. All right, this number one goes with a way to solve a problem. It took the team a long time to devise a way to solve the problem. Number two, during the war, we had to break. During the war, we had to break off, right? Break off. So it means this one, right? During the war, we had to break off contact with colleagues, support, break off. We come across this word. It's somewhere above, but we need to search for it. We need to search for it, okay? Break off, I guess maybe it can be found here, somewhere here, okay? I'm not quite sure where this can be found, but we came across this break off, okay? A break off, no, maybe it's in B. Here we go. Yeah, break off. Yeah, you can come into contact with someone or something, or you can establish, maintain, break off, or lose contact. Break off or lose contact. So break off is what we are looking for. Break off. Okay, I told you that we have come across this somewhere. Okay, so during the war, we had to break off contact. Break off contact. Okay. With colleague support. That was number two. That was number two. That was number two. As for number three, there has been a lot of heated debate. There has been a lot of heated debate surrounding the issue of global warming. There has been a lot of heated debate surrounding the issue of global warming. We come across it somewhere. When it comes to the debate, engage. Now it's also enable some established academic engage in a debate. Yeah, academics may engage in a debate or contribute to a debate. We talk about the debate. We talk about the debate surrounding an issue. We talk about the debate surrounding an issue. This is what we are looking for. Talk about the debate surrounding an issue. Okay, there has been a lot of heated debate surrounding the issue of global warming. Okay, so as you can see, this is the way it works. I'm going to do the number four, and I'll stop there so that you can carry on with the rest. Okay, number four, Ein Hartmann was invited to take on what? Take on the role and to take on the role of a project leader. To take on the role, Ein Hartmann was invited to take on the role take on the role, yeah, take on the role, the role of project leader. Take on the role, we come across this one. Take on the role, somewhere. Take on a role. Yeah, here we go. Take on. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to just to show you. Yeah. Take on a role. Take on a role. Okay. Take on. Take on a role. Okay. So that was number 4. So Hein Hartman was invited to take on the role of research of project leader. Okay. As for number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, you can do just the same. Okay, you can do just the same. Read the sentence and then go above and keep searching, and then you will come to the right matching. Okay. The last one, choose the best word from the box to fill each of the gaps. Again, choose the best word from the box to fill each of the gaps. Okay. As for the words here, conflicting, heated, publish, crucial, interim, random, define, maintaining, taking, discern, practical, engaging, proper. Okay, she obtained her results by what? What do you think about this? She obtained her results by what? She obtained her results by taking a sample with the representative and random sample. We come across this noun. It could be this sample can be representative and it could be random. Okay, here do we have identity. And she obtained her results by taking, conflicting, heated, published, crucial, interim, random. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. She obtained her results by taking a random sample of the population. Okay. She obtained her results by taking a random sample of the population. That was number 1. What do you think about number 2? So what do you think about number 2? Number 2. Before we go any further, we must each of our goals more precisely. This is when you are teaching. Let's say that you are teaching some students, and you had to explain something. Let's say that you are teaching them a grammar, and you said before going any further, to move from this point to another point, we need to do something. Each of our roles, more precisely, we need to define. Yes. We need to define each of our roles more precisely. So before we go any further, we must define each of our goals more precisely. That was number 2. Number 3, we must decide. What is the way to proceed in terms. We must decide. What is the conflicting way. What is the heated way. What's the bullish? What's the practical way to proceed? What's the practical way to proceed? Sorry. We must decide what is the no. It must be. We must decide what is the not the practical. What's the proper way? So we must decide what's the proper way to precede. What's the proper word to precede? In practical terms. In practical terms. Okay, this is the way it is. Okay, let's decide what's the proper way. What's the proper way to proceed in practical terms? All right. The group succeeded in contact long after they had all left college. The group succeeded in contact, contact maintaining. The group succeeded in conflicting. It wouldn't be heated, no. Publish, no. Crucial, no. Interim, no. Maintaining. Maintaining is the maintaining, yeah. The group succeeded in maintaining contact long after they had all left college. Maintaining, yeah, it must be maintained. Okay. My trip to Africa was the element in many decisions to work in conservation. My trip to Africa was the element. So let's go to elements to see. Elements we have two, as we said. The elements can be seen as a factor or parts. Factor when it is the element without s. Crucial element, decisive element, fundamental element. Crucial. So it must be crucial element. Okay. Crucial element. Crucial element. It must be like this. Yeah. Crucial element. Let's see that. Let's see that. My trip to Africa was the crucial. Yeah. My trip to Africa was the crucial element in my decision to work in conservation. My trip to Africa was the crucial element in my decision to work in conservation. Okay. Specialists in the field of bioengineering have been, again, specialists in the field of bioengineering have been in debate, have been in debate. Have been debate. Specialists in the field of bioengineering have been engaging. Yeah, it could be engaging. Yeah. Specialists in the field of bioengineering have been engaging in a heated debate. Heated debate. Do you remember heated debate? Heated debate. You remember that, right? Debate. Heated debate. Heated, and we said the meaning of heated. Heated. Strong, right? Heated debate. Yeah. The number two. Strong. Heated. It means strong. Yeah. Heated debate. Okay. Okay. So heated debate. Okay. So specialists in the field of bioengineering have been engaging in a heated debate on this issue for some time. So it becomes a scientists and scientists in the field of bioengineering have been engaging in a heated debate on this issue for some time. Number 7, I'm told that Smith is about to some results. I'm told that Smith is about to publish, right? He's going to publish, or is about to publish some conflicting results, right? Some conflicting results. Must be like this. Okay, so I'm told that Smith is about to publish some conflicting results, right? Professor Powell was able to we put on the only two was able to discern, right? He was able to discern, recognize, or you remember, discern, recognize. Okay, Professor Bao was able to discern, where is it? Discern some interim elements in different accounts of the incident. Again, Professor Bao was able to discern some what did you say? Some conflicting elements in different accounts of the incident. Okay. By this, we come to the end. We come to the end of this show or this lecture. Hopefully, it was successful, and I'll see you in another lecture where we need to discuss something else. By then, assalamu alaikum.